Hi, I'm Liv. I'm here to tell you about this week's Friday Fabric Features collection. These are the fabrics that'll go live at 10 a.m. tomorrow on our website, thriftynotion.com. How's your year going so far? I don't know. I'm recording this in December, so we'll see. This week's fabric feature theme is art history. We find it's a little easier to come up with names if we have a theme for our collections. So let's get started. Our first fabric is this cozy guy. This is Bowl of Grapes, Wool Bouclé. Wool Bouclé is kind of a loopy woven fabric. It's woven, but there are loops on the top that make it almost like terry cloth. It's very soft and very thick, wonderful for coats, very, very cozy and warm. You could also just hem this and use it as a throw. It would be super comfy and cozy. I like to have one of these on the end of my bed, just you know, when it gets a little too cold. It doesn't really have any stretch to it. It is a woven fabric. It kind of looks like it should stretch, but it does not. It is woven. So nice heavier weight wool here, great for coats and cozy warm things. This one is Moody Monet. It's a floral jacquard. Jacquard is a fabric that has a pattern woven into the weave of the fabric. You can kind of see that on the back side here. That pattern is woven into the fabric, and then you have this floral print on top of that textured fabric. So these are great for things like skirts, blouses. Home deck is also really nice out of this. Pretty vests and waistcoats, also lovely. You could also use this one as something like a coat lining. It is kind of slick enough that you could make a very pretty coat lining out of this. This one is Dutch Realism, Silk Dupioni. So it is a slubby silk, wonderful for blouses. You could do a jacket, it would need to be lined. It does have a fairly stiff hand. It's not super fluid, so keep that in mind. More tailored things are nice with this. You can also have just more of like an architectural scarf. Feels really nice against the skin, kind of give you some volume around the neck if you're wanting to be super dramatic. Really pretty piece of fabric. This is Water Lily in Shade. It is a textured cotton. This is a chunky cotton. Excellent for things like trousers, jackets, some of the things you would do with denim. This is pretty close in weight to that, but it is just a plain weave with a kind of slubby yarn, so it has some nice texture to it. Kind of gives off some linen-y vibes. Also things like totes and bag. She fell down. Also things like bags, sturdy things. It's a nice chunky cotton. It has a sister, Still Life with Plums. Same type of fabric, textured cotton. There's not a whole lot of this. We just have a little over a yard of this one. All the same things for this one. Anything you'd do with denim, this is pretty similar. It is a little bit lighter weight and a little bit see-through up to the light, but it's just a chunky, sturdy cotton. Things like overalls for little ones. This is probably not big enough for an older person, larger human. Not big enough for a larger human to get overalls out of, but you could make some adorable, plummy little ones. All right, now I want to see little ones in adorable overalls. I just love little kids in overalls and corduroy. It makes me feel cozy and reminds me of being a little kid because that's what I wore. Nostalgia. This is Art History Plaid. It is also cotton, also fairly chunky. You could make a really cute skirt out of this or something like a pinafore, adorable. Depending on your sizing, you might need to be a bit on the petite side, but you could get a pair of pants out of this. It's just a nice plaid. I just love a good sturdy cotton plaid. It's a touch on the heavier end. I would still quilt with this, so save your scraps, send them back to me. Some people might say this is a little too thick for quilting, but if it's cotton, I can do it. I'll make it work. This is Saison After Dark. It is a wool twill, and I need to note that a good portion of it has one selvage edge cut off. We have noted this in the listing and in the dimensions. The dimensions are for the actual cut piece, so it will be clear what you are buying. This is a lovely piece. It's just not very big, little over a yard. Really soft twill, excellent for things like pants. It's a suiting, so any of those tailored garments that go with the suit. We had a lot of fun coming up with still life names. This is Empty Vase at Midnight. It is a navy textured rayon. It has a beautiful textured weave to it. It is fairly loosely woven and is pretty see-through up to the light. Great for things like cardigans, It's probably your best application for this. You could do something like a wrap dress. It's awfully soft. Actually, you could even do something like a lightweight bathrobe out of this. Very, very soft, very cozy and comfortable. Also just a scarf. Very nice fabric, nice and fluid. All right, I'm going to do my best with this. This is the French word for still life, naturel morte. It looks like nature morte, but it's naturel morte. All of that to say, this is a floral velour, so very velvety appearance without actually being velvet in this gorgeous watercolor floral print. This could be pants, this could be a jacket. You could do a blouse out of this. It's also gorgeous for home deck. A lot of applications for this one. We called this polyester suiting Van Gogh Blues. It is a window pane plaid and it is suiting, so it is well suited to making the pieces of a suit. Jacket, waistcoat, and trousers. Durable, really good for things like costumes, or if you're just still learning and you don't want to use those wools to make higher quality garments, or if you're just not there yet, it's okay. Great to practice on things like polyester, and they'll be invincible. So if you happen to be a costumer and are working with the theater department or something, you know those costumes need to be durable. This is a good one for that. If you saw last week's collection, you know we have a bunch of burgundy wool crepes. The person who all of this wool came from really had a signature color, and it was plum and burgundy, and apparently she was just really into some wool crepe because there were just a lot of variations on this. This is Wine Glass on Ledge. It's a wool crepe. Great for things like suits, trousers, A-line gathered skirts, slightly sheer up to the light, fairly fluid, a nice medium weight wool fabric. It will breathe, it will last forever if you take good care of it. The biggest issue with wool is keeping the critters away. Really nice fabric, and that really nice fabric is our final fabric for the week. Happy sewing!